All right, let's knock out some Are You Afraid of the Dark Season 6. My kids have been watching this, although my daughter just told me tonight that she was too afraid to tell me that she's been having nightmares because of this show. So I don't know how much I'll be watching it, as long as maybe my other daughter wants to watch it with me, or I'll sneak up on the side. I don't know. We're so close. We only have, 21 episodes to go. Oh, we're so close. I don't know. Hopefully I can knock this out with them, because I just don't have time to watch it when I'm not watching it with them, because I have so little time to watch this at night once they go to bed. I just really don't. Anyways, all right, let's talk about the Forever Game. Now, this is the first episode of the new season, and we get a whole new Midnight Society here, save for Tucker. Tucker is bringing these kids there to show them and initiate them and try to see if they have interest in this after being gone. And Tucker looks grown up, man. He looks like fucking 2-3 years older at least at this age. They grow up so fast. So it probably was only a couple years, but man, he looks like an adult almost. It's wild how fast it is. One of the girls is Eliza Cooper. Freaking, she obviously went on and had a pretty damn good career. Girl Next Door and 24 and all sorts of shit. So, and Vange, I guess Vange, yeah, that's how you say her name, the girl here. That is Natasha. Oh my goodness, Natasha from Waiting. Beautiful little underage Natasha in Waiting. She's not really underage, but in the movie she plays like she's underage. Ryan Reynolds has to go through this whole thing in his head of whether or not he should have sex with her before she turns 18. If you've seen Waiting, like I have, I've seen it a bunch of times. I was a waiter for a long time, so that's an extremely accurate movie, especially if you worked at Applebee's like I did. Shout out to fucking all the old Applebee's crew, especially Loretta Ortiz, my beautiful little Loretta. I love that woman. So if she ever watches my videos, maybe I'll just send her a link to this one so she can hear it. Anyway. All right. So let's talk about this. Now, there's a jerk brother. He's out with his sister and his buddy, and they're riding through the freaking woods, and they, the sister is lagging back, and he's like, go away. He's being a total dick to her. And he sees this abandoned trail that, she doesn't want to go down, but he decides we're going down it and to follow. And so they do, and they ride around, and they get to this old tree. And when they try to leave that tree, no matter what path they take, no matter how many times they try, no matter how many times they separate, whatever, they just keep coming back to this tree, which is an absolute nightmare. To be lost in the woods, and especially to feel like you have no bearings and that you're, ending up in the same place, going in circles, and it's a terrifying feeling. I mean, we are not equipped. I've mentioned this on my channel a million fucking times now. We're just not equipped to live in the wilderness anymore. Not all of us, anyway. Some of us, obviously. They're survivalists, but for the most part, the majority, especially children like this that are of the 20th century at this point, no way. No way. They wouldn't even last the night. They'd die of exposure quick. So the brother goes and he gets sucked into the tree, and whilst in the tree, he meets this kid that's been trapped in there for a long, long time. And he forces him to play this game with him. And it's this board game. And at first he thinks it's fun. It kind of reminds me of something like a Jumanji of sorts. I would be curious on the time frame of this and Jumanji. I bet they're pretty close hand in hand. I want to say Jumanji is 95 off the top of my head. And this would be 95 maybe-ish. So probably around the same time. They probably took this idea from that. Or if the book maybe came out before that. I don't know. There was a book before that, right? I don't know. Not up on my freaking Jumanji knowledge. I do like that movie, though. But I don't know everything about it. So, yeah, they play, and he thinks it's really funny because they're watching through this little smoke and mirror type thing in the center of the board. It's like a crystal ball, like Dorothy fucking looks through, or the witch, or whatever. And he can see the events that are unfolding outside. And there's lightning that he sends down. And then there's this beast that once summoned, it can't be unsummoned until the game is over. And this thing is like this werewolf type looking thing, and it takes its claws off and throws them like Chinese throwing stars, which is kind of terrifying. Do they grow back like immediately, or like does he have to go and grab them and collect them because he's only got 10, or I don't know. But he throws his claws, and he finds out that after a little while, he's like, oh shit, this isn't actually fun. This could hurt my sister. And we find out, of course, he's just all acting tough, and he actually loves his sister. And when he has the chance to switch places with her and have her sit in the tree forever, he says, I would never do that to anybody, especially my sister. So he has a nice little arc here where we find out that he does love his sister. And if he loses this game, he's stuck in the tree forever, which is not exactly true, because if another person wanders in, you can play and you can leave. So you're not really there forever. You're there indefinitely. It should be the indefinitely game. You're here indefinitely until someone else comes and can replace you. So he plays and he keeps going, and he tricks the guy, and he brings in lightning. And the lightning, somehow the girl and the guy are pushing on the tree, and she's like, our energy will freaking direct the lightning to the tree. And then she, I guess, senses the lightning's coming and tells the guy to jump back right at the right moment. And it hits, and it, knocks the tree over, blows the game, ends the game forever. And they're all released. And what? She can sense when lightning's coming? That's one hell of a freaking talent there. I mean, I know the hairs on your stuff are supposed to raise up when I don't know, whatever. But yeah, they get out, and it's really messed up because the kid that's in there, when he gets freed, he's aged the amount of time he's been in there. He's been in there since like the 30s or the 40s. So he comes out and he's like an 80, 90-year-old man. And he's like, I guess I grew old in there. Oh, well, at least I'm free. And it's like, yeah, but you're going to die next week. Oh my God, what a horrible thing. This is terrifying. It looks like it's a happy ending. It plays off like it's a happy ending. And it's like, that kid lost his life. He was imprisoned. And not just like a prison, but like solitary confinement by himself for decades and decades and decades. And then when he finally breaks free, he's a kid the entire time, thinking he's going to at least get his life back, coming out as a kid. And when he comes out, he's an old man. He has to wonder if the game would have played out and it wouldn't have gotten destroyed and the spell wouldn't have been broken or whatever. Would he have come out a kid again? Did breaking the game actually lose him his life, even though he thought it would have kept his life? I don't know. When I was at the end, I was like, oh man, I wonder if the game, of course, it's a kid's show. I'm overanalyzing it to no end here. But I don't know. That hit me wrong. I was like, that's not a happy ending. That's really messed up, man. That kid, he had to suffer through 50, 60 years? Oh my God, maybe even more. I think he's been there since like 60 years at least. And now he comes, okay, I let's move on.